Hello followers, first time in front of the camera, so yeah, shock horror. Um, what I want to do is I want to give everyone a quick update on the lithium batteries that we purchased. I think it's coming up to about 15 months ago. So purchased two 100 amp hour lithium batteries from rollingcart.com.au. Obviously you might have seen the adverts on Facebook. So two 100 amp hour, they've got a 100 amp hour discharge per battery, so they gave us a overall output of 200 amp hour, so they're wired in parallel. Running a 2000 watt pure sine wave power inverter. So we put this setup in. We've just recently got back from a large trip, so Perth up to Exmouth, across the Lake Argyle, and back via Carragini. Um, So obviously with all the COVID stuff going around, we had COVID before we left, but my parents, they actually travelled with us and they hadn't had COVID yet. So obviously we wanted a free camp and see what we can of the countryside without being stuck in caravan parks and just to avoid people in general. So what I want to do is just want to do a quick update and a very basic show and tell of the battery system. Um, we're coffee lovers, so three young kids. We live and breathe coffee, so first in the morning we have to have our coffees. Couldn't justify spending $10-15 on two coffees every day on our trip, trying to go to roadhouses or cafes or whatever. So I went down to Aldi and just purchased one of their coffee machines. I think it's got a current draw of about 1150 watts by memory. It's just a basic pod machine, about 30 cents per pod. So we took that on our trip. Also running a compressor fridge freezer, and we're also running a 75 litre dual zone fridge freezer in the back of our Prado that was actually powered from the lithium in the van. We're going to sell this van, so it's going to be listed in the next 2 weeks. So I thought before on sell, I thought I'd give everyone an update on how the batteries are going to handle a load. So I'll just show you quickly what the battery setup is. That hasn't really changed. So dual 100 amp hour lithium batteries. So they're from rollingcart.com.au. Got it ran through a battery shunt. It's like a Renogy copy. It was just off eBay. I don't know if you can see that on the screen now, but 100% capacity is 198 amp hours. I've already started the inverter, so it's already showing a 1.13 amp draw rating, but there's still a 99.59 time left for the current draw. So yeah, I can leave that inverter running with no solar going in for another 100 hours basically. So inverter's on. What I want to do is I'll start the coffee machine. I want to do a clean cycle. So obviously it's just heating up. Alright, it's just doing a clean cycle now. It's that temperature come across, sort of jumping around. You can see sort of leveling out around the 90 amp hour draw, 47 to 90. Still showing 100% capacity on the battery bank. So it's obviously heated up now. We're going to make my daughter a hot chocolate as per her request. Pods in. Machine's running. Chocolate coming out. And what do we got? So around the 90, 100 amp hour. I think it does peak at about 140 as well. Cup's not quite full. Full cup, nice and hot. Come back to our batteries, so we're down 1%. So it's saying with the current solar, there's 4 160 watt solar panels on the roof, putting in roughly 11 amps now. Another minute or 50 seconds and the battery's going to be full again. So for the price, obviously the price of these batteries has gone up now. I think it's around the $500 mark when I brought them. I think they're around the $650 now. Good budget, cheap setup for us. Obviously we can't afford the big name brand Drives and DCSs and all that, but for what we needed, fine. So 40 amp DC-DC controller with MPPT solar regulator. That's a Mobi brand. As I said, I actually sourced that off eBay. Batteries, I've seen the advert for rolling cart, that was just through eBay. Obviously when you start searching for lithium batteries, you start getting adverts from all the different companies. I made contact with them, so I basically messaged them, emailed them quite a few times before I purchased them. 5-year replacement warranty. Couldn't fault them. When the batteries actually arrived, one of them was dead. It had a faulty BMS in it. One was reading, I think, 13.1 volts. The other one was 4.4 volts or something. So contact them straight away. And this is on a Friday. I think they got delivered, and by Monday they had shipped me the replacement battery, sent me the con note for the one to send back, just a straight swap, and they were actually quite good to deal with. The technical support, so if you want to message them, so for me being a shift worker, I just seem to get hold of them on Messenger. It's just easier for me instead of waiting for emails to come through, and generally within an hour or two, even all hours of the night, you get a reply. Technical knowledge is quite well as well, so any questions you got, they'll help you to figure out what's going on. So yeah, I'm actually quite impressed. As far as when we get our next fan, I'm not too sure what we're going to go with. Not too sure if they do the Kasan brand anymore. It seems to be more of a Enercore is the brand they're pushing at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. See what's around at the time when we actually are ready to get another van and do the install. But so yeah, we're only 10 seconds away now, and that battery's back at full capacity. So 11 amps going in, 13.3, 13.4 volts, 197 amp hour. 12 seconds until the batteries are full, and we get a hot cup of coffee. When we're on the road, made the wife a chai latte, hot chocolate or a mocha or whatever was going for myself. Kids, hot chocolates. Generally would use about 5% of our 200 amp hour battery capacity. And obviously within the first 15 minutes of driving, the batteries are back at full capacity. Yeah, that's just a very basic update for you guys, but as I said, they're 15 months, or roughly 15 months old. I think it was maybe the start of August last year that brought the batteries. They sat a lot of their time in the van. Obviously, during the COVID stuff, we were just waiting for our trip, waiting for COVID to blow over. And then, yeah, 8,400 kilometers on the road. Corrugated, dirt, dusty roads, different weather conditions, no dramas at all. Cool. Alright, thanks guys, see ya.